Good morning, and thank you for joining us for SVB Live. I am your host and the publisher of Seniors Blue Book, Amanda Barton, and I'm really excited today to bring on the team of Cypress Cove. I'm going to start by introducing Jerry Harris, who is representing the CCRC, or Continuing Care Retirement Community part of the campus and independent living. How are you this morning, Jerry?
I'm good. Thank you, Amanda, and thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about Cypress Cove, and then we'll go into some questions that I have for you.
All right. Cypress Cove is a life plan community, so our residents come in independently. We have apartments and villa homes. So they come in independently, and then if they need assisted living, skilled nursing, memory care down the road, it's right here on campus for them. So we have 3 different contract types. There's a life care, the full life care plan. Then we have a modified care plan, and then a fee for service plan. So we have a lot of refundability options, a lot of contract options. But they come in, they have a wonderful lifestyle. When we're not going through the virus, we have about 250 activities a month. We are on 48 acres. We are surrounded by about 7 lakes. It's a beautiful, beautiful campus right on Health Park. So we're at the corner of Bass Road and Summerlin. So it's a very convenient location as well. So we are doing tours right now on an individual basis, and we are also doing things over the internet and through Zoom and Facebook and that type of thing as well. So yeah, it's a beautiful campus, and like I said, we are taking tours now as well.
Perfect. And do you have any specific initiatives in your independent living that you want to talk about today?
Well, right now we do have some promotions going. We have some availabilities in our 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and some of our villas, which are more like a coach home. They have double car garages, screened-in lanais. And now through the month of August, we are offering 4 months free. Which is a great incentive. That's a wonderful incentive that we don't usually run those type of things. But with everything that's going on today, we want to give people the option to have a little bit more flexibility in their move time and all. So we are offering, once they do move in, because it takes us a while, there's an approval process for financial and medical, and then they get to renovate their villa or their apartment with all new appliances and tile and everything, and granite and cabinetry. So that process takes about 3 months, and then once they do move in, then we have the first 4 months that are free for them. So it's a wonderful incentive right now.
That really is. That's very impressive. Thanks for bringing it up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we use a lot of acronyms in this industry. Do you want to talk about what the acronym CCRC really stands for and how it differentiates you from a rental community?
Certainly. The Continuing Care Retirement Community, as I mentioned, they come in independently, but our life care plan actually covers people for assisted living, skilled nursing, memory care, and their monthly service fee that they're paying stays the same. So they're actually never paying for those higher levels of care, which right now the assisted living is over $6,000, over $7,000 for the memory care, and over $11,000 a month for skilled nursing if it's not a Medicare stay. So that's all included in their entrance fees, which could be 100% refundable if they want, or 75% refundable, or the traditional non-refundable after 4 years. So that's different than a rental community, because here you have a plan in place. They know exactly what they're going to be spending if they do go to a higher level of care, even if it's a couple and one of them are now in the apartment or villa, the other one now transitions to any of the higher levels of care, they'll still pay as if they're in the apartment or villa forever. So they're protecting their assets that way. Family members love it because now their loved one has a plan in place, so they don't have to worry if something happens to mom or dad. Their adult children don't have to hop on a plane and come visit them. They know they're taken care of. If they go to the hospital, we're following them and working with the case managers and getting them into a rehab if necessary, or back home. So it's just a really peaceful, way to live your life, and you don't have to worry if something happens to you. You know exactly where you're going and who's taking care of you.
Yeah, I've always said that it's the perfect model for me because my dogs are not going to take care of me when I get older.
Probably not.
Probably not. Probably
Yeah.
not. Well, moving on to the assisted living, memory care, and skilled section of Cypress Cove, we have Miss Adrienne Gerard, who's with us today to talk about all three of those levels of care. But first, I have to ask, how are you doing this morning?
Very good. How are you? Thank
I'm
you so much
great.
for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to educate our viewers. This is such an amazing product, and you guys are in such a central location. Talk to me about, let's start with what I think is your passion, and that's with memory care. I've had the pleasure of touring the cottage on several occasions, and it's got such amazing lighting and different features. So talk to me about what makes your memory care, we'll start with that, stand out above the rest.
Sure. Thank you so much. Yeah, the cottage, we are, believe it or not, coming close to our 4-year anniversary, which we'll be celebrating in September. So it was about a 5-year process from inception to opening, building the cottage really to have a person-centered approach, but also to see that throughout all the amazing features within the building. So we have a Ketra light treatment system where it actually sunrises and sunsets every day at the cottage, which was designed to help residents who are suffering from some of the effects of sundowning. We have 4 very unique and individual households, and each household has a maximum of 11 residents. But within each home, they have their own living area, customized kitchens, dining areas, and private parlors. So the residents at the cottage have the ability to move around from household to household throughout the building, but then they also have the security and more home-like environment of being in their own household if they should so choose.
It's amazing. And talk to me a little bit about the specialty programs and activities that someone would look for. Like, what kind of questions should they be asking when they're touring memory care communities?
Yeah, absolutely. I think programming is probably one of the most important aspects when someone's looking for memory care because that is such a specific need for those who have Alzheimer's or dementia. Our programming is all run by a certified recreational therapist who actually started here as an intern, and then we hired her on full time a few years ago. So it's a little different in terms of, it's not just, hey, we're looking at doing bingo or different therapies. We actually look at it from a person-centered approach, meaning as a new resident moves into us, what are their likes and interests, and how do we design that programming around them to, again, be more therapeutic in nature, whether it's exercise, whether it's more trivia, but again, designed specifically for those with memory impairments. So.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know that activities and music therapy is just so important, and it's definitely something that you guys do it right. That's for sure. Well, let's branch into the end. Talk to us about the assisted living and the skilled section of the community.
Sure. So at Cypress Cove, as Jerry mentioned, we're a life care community. So we have the independent living, and then should our residents need a higher level of care, we have assisted living, memory care, and then also skilled nursing. So the inn is our assisted living community. So we have 44 private apartments there. They are all individual units, huge walk-in closets, which is always one of the biggest selling points there at the inn. They also have their own beautiful dining area, their own activity programs, housekeeping, laundry, 3 meals per day, the same person-centered approach in terms of if our residents there would like to or need assistance with showering in the morning, and that's when they prefer to have that, they can do that. So we work with them in terms of setting up what their individual care needs are.
Perfect. And I think it's important to talk about this as well. Do you have to be a independent resident in order to utilize your memory care, your assisted living, or your skilled there at Cypress Cove?
Excellent question, and we do get this question a lot. The residents who live with us in independent living and who have a life care contract, they are guaranteed access to the continuum. But we do have a limited number of units that are available to the public on a private pay month-to-month basis. So in times like now, we have a short wait list. If we have a unit that does become available, if we have a life care member who is interested in that unit, they have first right of refusal. And then if we don't have any life care members at the time who might need assisted living, or memory care assisted living, then we go to our private pay wait list. And those residents can move here on a private pay month-to-month basis.
Fantastic. I think it's really important for us to talk about that, because when people hear a life plan community or a CCRC, they automatically think that they're not going to be able to utilize those services. So thank you for that, Adrienne. I appreciate it. Coming up next is our newest part of Cypress Cove, the Oaks, and we have Beth Crenshaw here with us to talk about that property today. There's a lot of buzz on the street, so tell me a little bit about the new part of the property and what you guys are going to be offering there.
I know. Thanks, Amanda. Yes, it's very exciting, and we're really excited to be here and to showcase the Oaks, which will be a new neighborhood, so part of Cypress Cove, the current community there. We'll be adding an additional 82 homes to our community. They'll be independent living homes, and it's going to be located directly on the corner of Summerlin and Bass Road. So there's 12 acres that are undeveloped now. We are waiting to be 70% sold, and then we will do a complete build out, which we anticipate to be at the end of 2022. So that allows all of our homeowners to have some time to plan and prepare for their future here at Cypress Cove. We're really excited about it.
Sure, that's awesome. Tell me some of the amenities that you'll have there in that particular neighborhood.
We're going to take advantage of the beautiful property that we're on. Like, Jerry talked about, we're on beautiful acreage back here. We've got about 7 lakes and lots of beautiful trees. So we're going to really take advantage of the outdoors. There will be a beautiful outdoor pool with a very large pool deck. So we'll have cabanas and patio seating available, a fire pit to enjoy on cooler evenings. And the patio also leads to a new dining venue that we'll have. So it'll be a full service dining venue, which will open up to the pool as well. So we'll have the bar will open up, and the bar and restaurant there, which will be fantastic. There's also some allocated green space for some outdoor activities that have been undetermined yet. We're going to let the residents decide what they might like to have as something that they would do outside. We're also adding an additional half-a-mile greenway path along Summerlin in amongst the trees, and that'll be great for bike riding, walking, and it'll allow golf carts to go back and forth as well. And then in addition, in our new clubhouse too, there'll be another exercise room and an exercise studio for classes, and another dedicated space for movie watching or card playing as well. So a lot of activities for the residents of the Oaks and the rest of the community too, because all of the amenities at Cypress Cove and the Oaks they'll be shared amenities.
That's awesome. Now, you may have already mentioned this, but refresh my memory. What types of different homes are you going to be offering there?
Yeah, good question. So 82 total homes. We've got 10 that will be lakeside villas, and we have 2 floor plans to choose from there, beginning at over 2,200 square feet to just about nearly 2,400 square feet for our villas. And then we have got 3 models for our apartment homes, and they're starting at 1,406 square feet and going to just about 2,200 square feet there.
All so much for coming on today and being a part of this virtual educational piece to talk about the entire property. All of your contact information will be uploaded. And Beth, if you could just remind our viewers how they can get more information on the new part, the new neighborhood that's coming.
Oh, certainly, yeah. There's a lot of information available on the Cypress Cove website, which is cypresscoveliving.org. And there's a tab for the Oaks, so you can see floor plans and pricing there. Or we would love to have anyone stop by our new Welcome Center, and that is located right on the corner of Summerlin and Bass, next door to the Grind Coffee shop. So awesome. The address, it's 16250 Summerlin Boulevard, and we are here between the hours of 8:30 and 4:30, and would love to showcase our Welcome Center and give people more information.
That's fantastic, and definitely grab a cup of coffee while they're there from the Grind, right?
Or we've got free coffee here too.
And we also have information on the main campus here as well. So they could stop in here as well and get all the information, a full brochure for that as well.
Fantastic. Well, thank you ladies so much. Adrienne, Jerry, Beth, it was great to see you. Until we can do it in person, I just appreciate your valuable time doing it virtually.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Amanda. Thanks for having us.
And